What's up, everybody? Welcome to For the Kingdom podcast, where we focus on all things faith, love, kingdom growth, and having them tough conversations. I'm your girl, Corin.
I'm Faith.
And I feel like we have talked a lot about on this podcast. You know, we've talked about anger, we've talked about friendships, we've talked about love, we've talked about all the changes. Yes. But we want to talk about today just kind of like being built different and what that means to us. Because I think as a Christian collective, it's a big emphasis on our spiritual health. And that's the most important thing. And I believe that it is very important, our spiritual health, but also our mental health and our physical health. Those both play a part in our how we built different. So, Faith, what does that mean to you, like being built different?
Well, just like what you're saying, you know, I focus a lot on prayer and reading my Bible, you know, I'm going to church, but like that physical health aspect, you know, taking care of my body, honoring, being mindful of what I put in my body.
Yes, that's huge.
Not even just eating, like what I watch, what I listen to, conversations I'm a part of, stuff like that. What I allow through my ears, through my mouth.
what's in your flow?
Yeah, to be the best, you know, version I can be.
I believe, I'm with you. I agree with that. I think same thing, really, what she said. I think there's a big emphasis on like deliverance, like, you know, like the big things in Christianity, or like, you know, prayer, like you said. But y'all, in order to pray and I think have a good relationship with God, part of that is also being healthy and being able to get up and have the energy to serve and the ministry, all that stuff. If that's a big part of your life, you got to be healthy to do that, and in the right mind space to do it.
Yes.
So that's kind of what we want to talk about today. How y'all do?
So, from your personal experience,
I always love that question.
How's your health journey or
physical? We'll start with physical.
Sure.
I feel like anybody that knows me knows that I'm big on physical health. Like, I've always been
She's ripped.
I've always been like an athlete. So I started playing soccer when I was like 8, I think. So sports has always been a big thing in my life. So I've always been active. So that's a big thing. I would say as of late, discipline has caused me not to be or a lack of discipline, I should say, has caused me not to be as active as I want to be. So I definitely think getting back into that would help even my mental space, just being back active. Let's see, what else? Mentally, I feel like, I would say kind of going through a lot mentally right now. So like kind of learning to balance those things, along with the business of life, y'all. When you have a lot going on, it's easy to neglect your mental health. So I think just being more mindful of that. I think now I'm taking a step back to really be mindful of that. So I don't know what word I'll use right now for that right now, but I think just trying to find my way would be the best summary to say. What about you?
Well, physical. You said you played sports and everything. I played basketball for 5 minutes. Rec ball. We won 2-6 with no loss. That was our the highlight of my basketball experience. So I did do sports.
I mean,
but I've been on a weight loss journey for like 12, 13 years. Yeah. And
don't do that. Don't make it
no. Okay, this year was the first time in my life ever that I've taken it seriously and started doing it the right way. So at first it was unhealthy, you know, eating 700, 800 calories a day. In my defense, I didn't know anything about macros. Like, you need this much protein, you need this many calories to
carbs
maintain.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that. I was just like, eat less and work out and you'll lose. I was like, pound a day. I'm weighing every day. Toxic relationship with the scale. Yeah, it was bad. But it was giving me the results I thought I wanted. I was losing 5 pounds a week.
Jesus.
But as soon as I ate something outside that diet, I would gain what I lost and then some.
Yeah.
So it was just like an unhealthy cycle. I had an all or nothing mentality. Like if I start Monday, Tuesday, somebody's birthday is donut, well, might as well eat unhealthy the rest of the day and start Wednesday. That turned to Monday, and then that turned into January 1st of the following week.
And redoing your plans, I'm going to do it fresh this year. Yeah, I understand.
It was a toxic cycle. But now it's like I'm focusing, okay, let me learn how to eat. Like let me find foods that are healthy that I like. Let me heal my relationship. You don't really have a relationship with food, but my perspective. I get what you're saying. Yes. My perspective of food.
Yeah,
like,
it
what
is a type
food
of relationship
actually meant for and all that. And yeah, it's been helping me. Doing workouts, finding workouts that I like.
What about
the consistency thing? The discipline consistency thing. That's
always what get. Yep. I feel like
for 3 months and then.
I feel like in anything you do, I mean, you got to stay disciplined. And that's the hardest part to me is actually staying committed to that because it throws you for a doozy.
Yeah. Like in wisdom, we say, you know what to do is just
doing it. Was it if you have wisdom or knowledge you don't apply, the Bible says you're foolish? So
I read some of James who was like, anyone who knows what they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for that person.
Definitely have to repent for that.
Every day, daily.
Yeah. What about mentally? Where do you feel like you are mentally?
Well,
your health?
That's a story for another day. I don't even got time. But this year, I have been doing a lot of work to overcome some anxiety. It's been left over. With the podcast, just speaking in front of people, period, or just preparing for things. There's a lot of things I've had to do mentally to like gain confidence and speaking and doing this what I'm doing right now. So
I'm glad you mentioned though like anxiety because I think especially in the Christian community it's a big emphasis on like depression and anxiety is just a spiritual thing and it's not, you can't use practical things to also help you overcome it. So have you what practical things have you used along with prayer that have helped you overcome anxiety, or are you still, or have you worked through it?
Prayer is definitely a main point, but getting outside, getting some sunlight, and just walking, like, I call it more of a prayer walk instead of just walking, like, talking to God. It calms my nervous system. I don't know. Just getting fresh air and getting some sun. And that's free. The rest gonna come.
Well, hello. I was gonna say, doing car rides, I like doing that. It costs you a little money, gas. But I find that, like, a lot of my prayers, or I feel I've gotten the most out, is when I have prayed in the car. So I don't know, like, a trip to school or something, that's always been something that's helped me when I pray. So watching
the way I talk to myself, like
for
saying I can't do this or this is too much, too hard. Like I can do all things through Christ, and more biblical affirmations.
Yeah, definitely checking your thoughts and thinking about what you're thinking about. Has helped me. Like if I'm thinking negative things, okay, you got to go back to what God has said about you in order to stay out of sometimes depressive states, as well as doing those practical things like getting out and not confining yourself to one space. You got to, it's a lot of things you have to do sometimes to get
and talking to somebody.
For sure. Lord. A lot of people don't like, well, I don't say a lot of people. There are some people that don't like therapy. I am one of those people that always said, I'm not going to go. I mean, it could have been a prideful thing or just an like embarrassment thing. But I think the older I've gotten and understand that life is going life. It's going to be a lot going on. It's important to, like we said, yes, God is first, but he places people in those spaces to help you. So I think you mentioned this before, like having the right people to talk to is important. But I definitely think therapy is also a good, or counsel is good.
And there's so many other things. You can just Google how to help with anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to vouch for the Bible and prayer. But
absolutely. It's always going to be first.
More practical things, of course.
I'll also say, like, it's important to bring, if you have cycles that you know you've been in, bring it into awareness, because that is when you can actually break it. If you don't know what you got going on, or we talked about this in the anger episode, if you don't know why you feel certain things or the root of things, it's going to keep going. So once you call it out, it's easier, I think, to kind of attack that thing and go a different way. So
and I'm learning, give yourself grace.
You got to do that.
You know, awareness is good. Also, give yourself grace. Like, okay, yeah, I put on a couple pounds. I gained some weight, lost some weight, unhealthy, whatever it is. I fell off a little bit. Acknowledge that. Okay, yes, this happened, but get back up.
Right, you gonna just be just say no, I ain't gained no weight, and you gained 10. Just make yourself feel better.
Don't gain 5 because you mad because you gained 10.
Might as well keep eating. See, it'd be like that. Be stuff like that.
Emotional eating.
I honestly have struggled with emotional eating because some people it's the opposite. They don't eat enough. I'll overeat. So that's.
I don't have to be emotional. That's
I
another thing.
I get what you're saying.
Just the heck of it. I mean, just eating.
I've been there too, though. Mm-hmm. There's a root to that, though.
We'll get
it.
Yeah.
We'll
and I will say, we talked about discipline.
Yes.
Somebody said it, like, focus on discipline because motivation comes and goes.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very
You won't
real.
always feel like working out or eating healthy or whatever. If your goal is to gain weight, lose weight, maintain, or whatever mental health goal you have, like, discipline. Yeah. A lot of stuff motivates
I found that a lot, even like just physically. I feel like, spiritually too, but if we're talking about just doing things outside of the spiritual life, going to the gym, you don't want to go every day. And I had goals I had made in the summertime, and it was moments like I wanted to tone up. That was my biggest thing, and just be healthy. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that got me was like waking up in the morning because I wanted to work out at like 6 or 7 every morning. And I didn't want to do that every day. But I knew the goals that I had, and so like you said, the discipline of it helped me to actually do it. But like you said, motivation gonna come and go. I mean, you're not gonna always want to do that, but I think when you know what you want and you stick to that, it's easier to, or focus on that, it's easier to kind of navigate that.
Because I know it's hard when you're putting in the work, you're doing things right, you're not seeing the results. Like,
yeah.
Because I want to see my results for my labor in a week.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think Grow with Joe, I don't know if you...
Yes. Yeah, she dances and stuff. Mm-hmm. Love her down.
She's said good. Focus on how you feel, not what the scale says. So, like, okay, the scale might not be moving, but the clothes feel different. Mm-hmm. I have more endurance, more momentum, stamina.
More energy.
I used to be, you have to call the paramedics going upstairs. Now, I can breathe regularly.
Can you?
No, like I'm saying an example.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. Yeah. That's real, though.
Yeah, focus on how you feel.
So, so, it's very important also, our mental health can be affected by our relationships with people. Even our physical health, even. Like, we talked about emotional eating. So, I think our quality of friendships or relationships definitely impact our mental health. So, have you seen that affect your life? Like, maybe a certain relationship wasn't the best and it affected your mental and physical health, and how that happened or what it looked like?
I mean, I haven't been cheated on and broken up with, but what's the first thing, you reach for the ice cream. Mm-hmm. So you may put on some stuff, you've been hurt in your relationship. Mm-hmm. Mentally, we just talked about anger. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for sure.
Replaying what happened. Mm-hmm. Even myself, the places I went wrong in the relationship, friendship, whatever, you were playing that in your mind. Yeah. You can't move forward. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mentally, don't say that. What about you?
I would say, the same things. I think for me, it's been so important, y'all, to find boundaries within friendships and relationships. Because if you're in a situation that is unhealthy, it's going to affect you in so many ways, more than you probably even know it will. So I think one thing I think about is Jesus and how he had holistic friendships. So he was around people a lot, but he also separated himself and had time for himself. He prayed. He kind of kept his individuality along with having good people around him. So I think even just in friendships, knowing sometimes you got to distance yourself. Sometimes if it's for you, sometimes you got to take a day. I used to be the type of friend I want to hang out like every day, all day. So you can't do that sometimes for just for yourself mentally.
What do girls trips? Have the day 3.
You know what? Thank God I went on a beach trip this summer. I think we were together like 5 days, and we didn't have that. Thank God. But I do usually. I've been wanting to go home after like 2 days.
Yeah, it's no beef. It's just like you need that solitude.
Hey, bro. It's all time to go.
Don't let y'all be synced up.
Thank God none of us were synced up for the beach. Thank God we got to enjoy. But
oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. I fear that is.
I would say also with romantic relationships, having an unsustainable reason for getting fit.
I agree with that.
You hurt me to my core. You gonna wish. Wait till I lose this weight. Give me 3 months.
I agree with that.
It's motivational. Don't get me wrong. I mean, somebody break your heart. That is motivation. You know, glow up in any way. But then it's like you do that. He still ain't studying you.
And like you said, you did it for the wrong reasons. So now the discipline, because you didn't have discipline in that. You had motivation, if that's the case.
Yeah.
No discipline. So I agree with that, too.
Or to get attention. Lord knows I did it. I'll attract more people if I'm this side. So, yeah. Don't do it for that.
You can't do it because it won't last. No way. I don't think I've ever done that for attention. Usually I'm just very self-conscious of myself. And so I'm always worried about maybe how I look or how I feel.
That's mental. I mean, not like straight jacket.
I know it is, though. It's a mental thing. Yes. So I think I'm very self-conscious, guys. It's just an open, transparent thing. So still, I think, though, what makes it worse is when I know to do better and I haven't practiced those things, it makes me even more self-conscious. Because you have the wisdom, like we say, you're not applying it. You're not doing it. And some things you can do, and you just not doing it. So, I mean...
Oh,
yes.
How long was your finger up? Sorry.
Did you worry about how you look to church people, the world, or some dude?
I think I've done all three. I mean, if we're talking about physically,
Jesus, don't get started.
That's more male based.
Don't get started.
Well, it's actually myself. I would say it's myself and maybe just how attractive I would be. Church people, I say that would go into. I guess that's more mental too, just what they think of me, what my lifestyle looks like. Does it fit? Is it up to par with what they think it should be, the Christian lifestyle should be? I would say those are the main two things. I mean, with self-conscious.
You're talking about like health goals, the clothes I was wearing. Is that physical?
Yeah.
To attract guys?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The next question, which has been boiling in my head, I was going to say how I asked it.
Boiling.
Somebody made a comment that they've been trying to watch their weight for 12 years.
It sounds bad when you tell them.
That's what they said. For 12 years.
That is right. That is right.
Okay.
Lose it.
Without telling the Kingdomites her age, 12 years put her way back when she was in adolescence. You worry about your weight.
Middle school, 6th grade. That's when it started.
Somebody told
So
you.
that 12 years?
Somebody said something about your weight, or it didn't.
That has happened, but it's both. I mean, I didn't like the way I looked in the mirror. Somebody saying something about it just made it worse.
Oh, okay.
Did somebody say something first?
Yeah. Was it first or was it you?
I think it was me. Because I had a lot of baby weight on me still. Or whether I was like chubby.
Didn't nobody tell me that I had to change something. But I was just wondering how 12 years ago, at your age, how would something affect you like that?
Yeah,
especially,
go ahead.
well, like, especially if it's someone like a family member. Yeah. Not to shame anybody.
Do you think it was because of images that you saw of what beauty looked like?
Yes.
And that didn't look similar to how you saw yourself?
Yeah. My friends got flat stomachs. I don't. I see them every day. I'm with them. I'm like the sore thumb. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And social media, not just friends.
I also say
too.
social media, I feel like it's a
especially.
big part of it.
Yeah.
You know, you see model celebrities, you like, and you think they're, like she said, really the beauty standard, and it didn't fit that. So I've had the same thing. I might not have been with my weight per se, but I definitely looked at myself and said, okay, I don't look like them. So
And
maybe that was different.
Since Christ had come into your life and you built different, what's the pivot? You know I love the pivot. So what pivoted you now?
I mean, now that Christ, I have a relationship, it's definitely, honor your body as a temple of the Holy Spirit. But also, you got to get tired of your own crap. Like, I'm tired of going through this cycle, losing weight, gaining back, losing weight, gaining back. And, I mean, the self-control, that's a fruit of the Spirit. All these things, I'm reading it, but I'm just not doing it.
I would also say, too, like, I look at it more inwardly than outwardly. I feel like, you know, who you are as a person definitely matters. How you view yourself matters. And how God views you matters. So, like, I feel like there are some people, we talked about this, I think, on like a relationship or romantic episode. Will we date somebody if they didn't fit the natural attraction. And with that, I'm not saying I would necessarily date them, but I think you could befriend and be close to somebody when they have a beautiful spirit and like who they are as a person. So I think
that's also. You're convicting me right now. Mm-hmm. I'm saying I want to be attracted to him. That man wants to be attracted to me too.
Hello.
That just can't be the sole reason that I'm.
Yeah, I mean, because you can look. We talked about this. You can look good and you have the worst attitude. So like,
right.
I'm not gonna want to be around you. It's only so much your looks can do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And you said something about knowing who you are in Christ. Uh-huh. That does help too, because it's like, okay, God says I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. He says I'm a chosen people, royal priesthood, all that. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be stuck in this sin cycle.
Mm-hmm. And you know what also helped me is that not only knowing that he said that about me, but believing it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I can read the Bible and see what he says about me, but until I believe that's what he says about me and he actually thinks that of me, it's going to be harder to walk in that. So I feel like for me, I had to like really, I've had to make it a point in my life or a point of emphasis to read his word and then even pray like, God, help me to believe what you're saying about me, because I don't believe it. So, but you're saying this, so help me to walk in that. I feel like that was one of my mental struggles.
Even. And it's also when you get sick, it's a certain amount of time. It's like, okay, something got to get done.
Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah.
Look, yeah. I think it was Etta Chris. She said an addiction is like when you know the negative consequences and you continue to do it, or like you experienced it. Like, yeah. Like, I've gotten sick so many times for overeating. It's insane. And I still will go, yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. We see the fruit of it or, like, what happened, but there's a root to that. Like, why? Is that something you think you know or you still don't know?
Comfort. What is? Because there's no benefit to it.
Right.
You adding weight. Mad because you adding weight. And it was your fault. My fault.
Yeah. I think we've all done things we know aren't good for us. And we've actively done it. So, then that's just part of that. Part of the redemption that God gives us too, just, I mean, first pointing it out. This is what you got going on. This isn't good for you. And then the grace and giving the wisdom how to navigate it after that. So we've all fallen short, y'all, or done things to ourselves that aren't healthy. So that's what we're talking about today. We want to practice good habits and talk about good habits and let y'all know that it's okay to not be necessarily where you want to be, but give you hope that you can get there. So,
also with relationships, you know, some people have your best interest. Like, hey, you don't need to change. You look beautiful. Just men like them thick. You know, I've heard that so many times. I'm like, okay, you see this, but you don't see the insecurity. You don't see the looking in the mirror and not liking what you see. Like, I'm appreciative that you're, you know,
showing support and love.
Yes, but can you support me?
The title that you gave is perfect for what we're talking about. Built different, meaning you were made tall. Your structure you will never look right.
Fearfully and wonderfully made.
Like you're not going to look right. Well, you will look your best with a little bit of weight with your height.
Whereas
you two are built different.
Right.
What's going to work for her isn't going to work for you, and vice versa. So, in being built different, that applies spiritually too, right? Like, is certain things that you're good at that you need to, you know, build and grow in. Same thing for you. So, in being built different, the healthy thing is, okay, what's my structure? Let me go find some people that, you know, if this is what you have to do, let me go find some structures like mine, and let me see visually how I can see me in them. You know what I mean? Like, because you are a bit different. The problem is, well, in my opinion, the world doesn't show you the thickness. But let's think about the lay of the land here. Me growing up, it was skinny. Now you got people doing butt injections. You have people doing things to be thick.
Now they're taking them out.
Yeah, so guess what? It's never gonna be wrong, right? You have to understand you. Once you understand you, then and you understand, well, what makes me feel good? What do I think I look good in? You know, then it kind of changes the mindset. So actually, I agree with that. Know, even though you didn't do it intentionally, the built different is something that you can actually focus on with this health piece. Because if you understand that you're never going to look like corn is never going to look like
I didn't quit growing too.
but
I'm done. Yeah.
But even medically, my doctor said, because I said my goal is 150. She said, your bone structure, you don't need to go into 166.
That's what I'm saying. So
I was like, well,
that's unhealthy. That's unhealthy.
That's the part that, you know, I think actually this is really too bad this is going to get taken out, because that's really a part of the discussion.
Does it have to be?
It's what is shown as beauty. What are the beauty standards? The beauty, but you know, it's what's shown on TV. But when you go to your local church, it's some lady that's got it going on. You're like, okay then, why can't you focus on her? Because it's not a whole lot of. I mean, it's beauty in all shapes and sizes. It's, you know, why is the narrative making me feel this way? You know, and that's something like, you know, when we talk about how anger should lead you to, well, why is it like this? Have you ever thought about, why don't I see myself as attractive? Well, I'm not saying you saying that, but, you know, when we have these issues with weight, and, you know, I've heard it too, men that say, this is what we're looking for. But guess what? It's a man's handling for everybody's structure.
I appreciate your compliments and everything, but
yeah. So that's, I think,
you don't compliment me into heart disease.
Jesus. But you're right though.
But realizing that we're all built different, literally,
quite literally.
Like, I'll never be your size. You'll never be mine.
I'm done growing, y'all.
You just gotta come to terms with it.
My doctor said, when I hit 2 years after, you know, you go through your women things, you're done. So that was my.
And like when I was saying that all my friends, they got flat stomachs. I don't. They're like 5'6". I'm 5'9". Yeah.
And then
a lot of them are athletic. I'm not playing sports.
I mean, genetics also does play a big part in a lot of things. I mean, y'all. I guess I could have went either way. My dad's on the taller side, I guess. He's like 6'1", and my mom was like 5'4". So, you know, like, I used to want to be tall so bad. Or not tall, but I always felt, maybe inferior is the best way to word to use, because I was shorter. So I always wanted to be taller just because. But now I feel like I like being
and it changes so much. Like, in the 90s, it may have been skinny. What's the song? I don't want. Okay.
What? Who's by? Do I know it? I can't play it. Because obviously we don't need to talk about it.
I miss a lot.
Obviously we don't need to talk about it because
At one point, it was if you're skinny, but then you want a little jumping truck, little dump truck, as we say,
a little song.
And now it's like people who are getting, you know, cosmetic surgery to plump up places. They're getting it out now. Now it's like, okay, be skinny.
They want to embrace the natural.
Do what's best for you and your health.
Yeah.
Cause it's going, like, you try to be this celebrity.
Yeah.
This celebrity, they don't even look like.
Also, they don't like what they've been through, but technically,
well,
it
changes all the time in society.
Yeah. I think that's a big problem too, like in our culture or the black community, is also like skin color. And that's a big thing. Like, you know, like light skins. For a long time as well, like light skins are more attractive. They're pretty, they're more attractive. They look better. Y'all, I know some bad brown skin and dark skin men and women. You know, like it's like beautiful people. So I feel like it's always changing what the beauty standard is. You know, like for now, I know like it's in for brown skins right now.
And it was light skins. No, no.
So
it is for me. Just ain't. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's saying it's in?
The world, just random folks. Social media. It's always like it's usually like trends. I feel like
like who sets the standard?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's one or two people.
Yeah, who is they?
Yeah. Songs. People in songs.
Yeah, music is a big part of that.
The movies. Who they casting to play the roles.
Yeah.
I feel like ain't no brown queens.
And that's actually a big issue. I feel like the lack of that representation.
You don't have to say it. Just cast these people for the role.
Because I mean, I personally had like brown skinned friends, and I don't understand I've never been in that position that, like, you know, of their skin color, so I can't relate in that way. But I do know it's been a big issue. So I've seen it, I guess, personally. I've never gone through it personally, but I've seen that kind of how that affects people when you set a certain standard and say everything else is beneath that.
We're not
that
saying
is
don't
crazy.
have preferences, just
you
know, belittling somebody because of their skin tone,
right, or their shape, or you know, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, or placing your preference over character, you know.
And again, I have put attraction over personality and didn't get me nowhere. So I'm talking from experience.
It got you somewhere below.
Yeah, took me to the valley of the shadow of death, and yeah, I've learned from that.
We talked about family, like the whole compliment stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. What about the negative side, though? Like, as soon as you start losing weight, you on the shots.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate that so much because everybody
Are you stressed or like, you know?
You sick?
Yeah, it's always you sick. It's always sick. It's always sick.
Why do we do that? Or why do others?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I was gonna say maybe it's jealousy part of it, sometimes, or like you just don't want to believe that somebody's disciplined, and that can actually
or like
do
if you
it.
got muscles, you look manly, you need to stop doing it. What?
You know, the world will never fit.
That's why it's
standard.
best to do what's best for you. Somebody gonna say something. If you gain weight, if you lose weight, you got
Hello?
muscles, you don't got muscles.
Hello?
Tune it out.
Yeah.
Before you crash out.
Write that down. Put that down.
But seriously, I've thought about that too, like the medications and like the surgery and stuff.
Like doing it?
Well, like I'm just like having
just
like
thought okay.
Yeah, and it's like no shame to anyone who's gotten medication. Some people didn't have a choice, and if you just chose to do that, that's your choice. But for me,
me, my house.
No, it's like it's a deeper issue. Like I have a food addiction. Medication ain't gonna fix that. I got some spiritual stuff going on.
See,
that's what I'm saying. The medication will help me get physically there, but mentally, when doing it, but gaining back. In my opinion, for me,
no, I agree. Same thing with me. I overeat emotionally. Like I emotionally overeat. So like. Again, it's emotional, so I gotta figure out what I got going on. Why am I overeating? Why do I feel the need to eat to experience comfort from my emotions? That's a medication ain't gonna fix that.
Got bigger fish to fry, no pun intended.
You need to go like I can't do like
Jesus. Two fish.
Please. Because I've been trying to eat right this week. It's only Tuesday, but I've been trying to eat right this week. That do sound good. Get salmon, get grilled. I do love grilled foods. But because we're doing the whole thing.
Since you mentioned like comfort and everything, let's look at the spiritual side.
Yes.
So that was one reason for you and me, comfort. Let's see.
I would say also like being built different spiritually is more than just like avoiding sin. It's about the actual discipline part, because I feel like it's I thought about it that way. Okay, to be exactly who God wants me to be, or to fit a certain standard or look, okay, I gotta not do this and this. Okay, I can't smoke, can't drink, can't do this, can't cuss, can't do that. But it's really the discipline part, because once you're disciplined, you can actually walk in the action. So I think yes, those things matter, like the fruit, definitely the fruit matters, but also what's in you flows out. So making sure you have that discipline inside first before worrying about the action per se, if that makes sense.
That's good spiritually, you know, don't focus on not doing this. But also, it's torture to just saying, I can't do this, I'm not going to overeat today, I'm not going to crash out. Like, okay, what am I going to do?
Right.
Am I going
to
journal so I won't crash out? Instead of crashing out, am I going to journal? What are you replacing that stuff with? Because every time I just take away, do not, I end up going back. Because I didn't replace it with nothing. Yeah. Whatever it is.
Yeah. I think, I mean, a lot of times we can look at the spiritual aspect of like the deliverance and getting it out. And that is a real thing, and it does happen, and it does work. But after that, okay, once you're delivered, like you just said, we got stuff we got to walk in and carry out. Because what's the point of being delivered if you're not
Could be right back adult. Like
So that's one thing I'm learning, or have learned too.
And again, with that, sometimes I'll get like, okay, I'm done with lust. I'm good on that. Still tempted, drunkenness, I ain't doing that no more. Gluttony in the corner looking like. I didn't know gluttony was a sin until recently.
I didn't either. In the last couple of years, yeah.
It's not even just food. It's like just overindulgence.
In anything, yeah.
Yeah. More of a conviction knowing that now.
TV, I've overindulged in TV. For sure.
Physically, I would say do what's best for you. In college, when I was on the health journey, I was walking, and this girl, she was like, "No, you need to run." I don't want to run. What do you mean?
Hello?
So, like, we're literally built different. Maybe I can work my way up to running if I desire that, but if it's running, swimming, golf, basketball, just walking, do what works for you.
Just get your body moving, yeah.
When I do what works for me, I'll be consistent with it. You can't convince me or sweet talk me to run in the morning.
Well, in the morning, anytime. I can see that.
Unless I'm running from
from danger. Yeah, I'm the opposite. Y'all, I actually enjoy running. So, and I love lifting, like cardio and like lifting, or I guess, and maybe too because it's been ingrained in me because I've done it for so long. So it's not like a pull, but like you said, we're built different, and that's fine. You can still accomplish your goals in a different way.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a good example, like lifting weights. It doesn't feel good in the moment, but when you stay consistent,
that must be tearing up.
When you stay consistent, you reap the results. The muscle. It's just like that with anything in this Christian walk. The struggles, the temptations, the trials. It does not feel good in the moment, but what is it building in you?
Yes,
that you'll see.
I agree with that. James,
patience.
Yes,
it can
endurance.
be patient. It don't have to be a house car all the time. Okay, I'm more patient than I was.
I think like everything that we do, every aspect, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, emotional, whatever it is, it all plays a part in coming together. So when each area is stronger and you keep building it, it helps you to better prepare for whatever comes in life. Not that you have it figured out, but you've been building it, you've been growing it, so now you can walk in it and see it from a different perspective and lens, like you really just said. So I'm actively pursuing all of those areas. I'm forever growing in those areas. You'll never be all the way up here. And I think any journey, I think you'll always want to improve something physically. You may lose weight, but you might it's always going to be something you want to.
Now you got to maintain.
Exactly. So, like, I think being okay with knowing you might not always be exactly where you want to be, but I feel like that's the beauty in it, is that you can forever grow. You're not ever at a peak.
I've been hearing a lot of dating advice, and they say, on the first date, don't tell that person all your shit. I want a man who buys me flowers. That's what he's gonna do.
So you can't really see the real him, basically, like what he like.
Don't list all your. Don't give him the list. First meet off the bat, because he's gonna do everything you just said.
I do think though this episode is about just for different requirements we have, standards, if you will. We're gonna be talking about preferences. Yes, all the things when it comes to romantic relationships, even platonic relationships, even things that we set for ourselves. I do think though this episode is about just for different requirements.
Well, I'm speaking from a single perspective. I don't know what you're doing, but
I also am too.
What's the name for this episode?
You gotta be this tall to ride this ride.
Get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And we didn't give any mental application, but mentally, the music you listen to, the movies, the stuff you watch, of course, it has an effect on your mental health. Just be mindful of that. Getting enough sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Having a routine. Being organized. Because even having clutter, I'm like more anxious when my room is busy.
I hate that so much. Yeah. I can't go 2 days. 2 days is the max to where stuff just laying around before I just be frantic. So,
well,
yeah,
that's all we have.
I got. You really said what we have.
for today's episode, y'all. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Remember, it's not personal. It's just
kingdom business.